What's up, guys? I got good news. I'm gonna do double jaw surgery in January. That's the targeted date. Possibility of December if the ortho treatment finishes up even faster. I've got the insurance to cover it. I got the CPAP compliance results, and I got the sleep apnea sleep study that confirms I have moderate sleep apnea. So insurance will cover my surgery, which is beast. The only thing I gotta pay is genioplasty, so that's for your chin, better chin projection, and the deductible on my insurance plan. So that's around $6,000. But considering that this surgery is over $100,000, that's that's a really good deal. But if I do the genioplasty, it'll be around 13,000, almost 14,000. Yeah, about 14,000 or a little over. But even then, that compared to 105,000, that's a great deal. So shout out to my insurance that I know will cover it. But anyways, the meeting with Dr. Alfie was great. I think I talked a little too much. I really took up most of the time just talking and explaining my case. But it was right away. When he saw my scans, he immediately told me, yeah, I need jaw surgery. We just looked at my airway. I knew I needed it. And I'm so glad he just went straight away and told me from the start. He didn't beat around the bush or anything like that. It was just like, yeah, you need this. And I was kind of shocked too, because I was like, awesome. I didn't want to just react and say like, yes, try to keep chill. And I'm glad he said that, because all the other surgeons, it was like, it took forever during the consultation to get to that answer. Like the second surgeon, it took like till last minute for her to say, yeah, I want to do jaw surgery on you. You don't need it. Like, it was a slow build up. And then the first one, I hardly remember anything about that consultation. It was just like, eh. It was like he just went there to educate me about jaw surgery and a potential plan. I was like, no, I don't want to do your plan. So, nope. And then the third one was kind of chill, but it also took forever. And the timeline for when he could do surgery on me was crazy. Like 2 years from now, like, bro, I don't got that time. I need it ASAP, bro. I need it ASAP. So that's the real reason. Well, that's part of the reasons why I really enjoyed the visit to Dr. Alfie's office, because first, the timeline, perfect. It's sooner than I thought. I thought it would be March or February, but when I heard December, I was like, yo. But then we settled for January. I'm gonna try to get it in December though. That would be awesome. 3 months from now, imagine 3 months from now I get jaw surgery. That would be enter the new year with a brand new face, brand new breathing, brand new everything. It would be awesome. But what I wanted to say was, let's see. Yeah, this is how the thing went. So when I walked into the office, it was on the 17th floor, on a tall building. So there was a great view of the Houston area. Houston's big, so not even from that floor you could see everything. And then I walked up and checked in. They had a piano in the lobby. It was very nice. It looked like the modern, healthy type of offices that got the Fiji water and all that good stuff. So I was there chilling, and then I got called back. A girl who did my pictures and was leading me the whole way. She had jaw surgery by Dr. Alfie, and she was telling me about it, and I was like, awesome, like proof of concept right here in front of me. And then what was shocking was Dr. Alfie and his team, like 3 or 4 other girls walked in there, and then I was like, well, I was kind of shocked because that didn't happen with the other surgeons. It was just like the surgeon and one assistant both times, or just the surgeon. But he had like the whole crew there ready. They must have looked like at my case, like the insurance and everything. Like they knew I was the ideal patient. I'm not sure. And yeah, they barely did any talking. I did most of the talking, and that was kind of a bad idea because I forgot to ask my actual questions. I was just there yapping about how excited I am, what I'm looking forward to, blah blah blah, all this other jumbo, all this other stuff. So the plan is now, in order to execute this jaw surgery, is I gotta get my wisdom teeth taken out, which sucks, but It's something I've heard from almost every dentist, and my dentist, my ortho, the other surgeons who I've talked to. They said, yeah, take those wisdom teeth out because one's impacted. It's not the worst, but it is impacted. And then the other one, it's not really impacted. It's actually upright. But in order for Dr. Alfie to make the cuts, the wisdom tooth is in that spot. My jaw is not as forward grown, so there's not a spot to make the cut where there's no teeth, right? The place where he's gonna do the cut, there's a wisdom teeth there. Now I gotta go email the lady to see if I need to take out all four or just the bottom two. I mean, I'm actually more worried about the wisdom teeth than the jaw surgery because I've heard that the wisdom teeth is actually painful and the jaw surgery is just swelling. That's kind of weird to think about. But man, I low key, man, I wish I didn't have to take out my wisdom teeth because I actually use my wisdom teeth to chew, and it feels good to chew on the way far most back part of my mouth. Like I don't have to use my incisors or anything. Especially with braces, like those wisdom teeth in the back where like I could actually put some real force down when I chew. It helps so much. Because when you, especially with this side where I have the tads placed, I can't really use my force to bite down on something because it hurts. Like the tads are pulling and loosening my teeth. And that's the other thing. I'm gonna take out these tads. So basically $2,000 wasted. But at the end of the day, like if it's about health, guys, I don't even consider it a waste. I did something to improve me, and it wasn't what I needed. I needed something different. So not once have I dwelled about that 2K because I know I'm gonna make it back. Like, oh well, I used it. There's people that do so many operations and they redo them and have to spend way much more money. And 2K is honestly like a mortgage payment if I had a house. So not even a big loss if I'm being honest because, oh man, off topic, bro. Like I'm been sick and whenever I brush my hands through my hair, I pull out more hair strands and it's making me sad because I love my hair. Like, man, once you grow out your hair to a certain length, you just don't want to lose it. Like short topic, but when you have short hair and you cut it all the time, you don't really have that much attachment or a bondage to your hair. There's barely any memories to be made with that hair. But once you let it grow out to a certain length, there's so much life that has been stored in these hair strands. Like this is over a year of growth at this point. And the first time I cut it, I felt pretty bad. Like I had decent length, and now I can't see myself cutting it for a long time. Like my hair's giving me more personality now that I think about it. I feel way more confident in it. And back to the topic, jaw surgery is gonna do the same for me. Like I'm gonna have more bone in my face, a bigger face in a good way, and it's gonna complement my hair and vice versa. So I'm very excited to do this, and all I gotta say is if you're thinking about jaw surgery, go see Dr. Alfie because I think the reason why Dr. Alfie, there's many reasons, but I'll say them quickly. He has a lot of repetitions doing the jaw surgery, like over 200 a year. Bro, if you're gonna have somebody do something to you, make sure they got the experience and recent experience too. He's always doing jaw surgeries every month. So it's like he knows the little things that most surgeons don't pick up throughout their whole career if they do it once a year, a couple times a year. Like the nuances, the little things that the tricks to make a good cut, where to cut based on people's face. It's like with mowing lawns, guys. Like I know how to use a weed whacker on how to get the correct edge for this type of lawn, right? I'm not gonna line it up like on a curb, and I'm not gonna do a completely flat shortcut because then it's uneven with the rest of the lawn. It's gonna be slightly angled or just have it glide over the tallest pieces of blades on the cut part of the lawn with the mower. So if that makes sense. So wherever the mower mowed, leave the weed whacker on that level and then glide it over the edge and it levels it out. So that's what I'm saying. The jaw surgeon like Dr. Alfie is gonna know that type of things when it comes to jaw surgery. Like he's gonna know, oh, this bone I need to cut it here. maybe a higher cut here, all that stuff. So, first, like I said, he has the reps, he has the experience. It's a fast procedure, and I know fast is usually always better, in my opinion, for most things, of course, because man, you don't want your lips and your face to be stretched out for 8 hours. That is a lot of work. It's like going to the gym for 8 hours and doing reps upon reps. Like, that's a lot of damage, guys. And then a 1 hour, 30-minute session at the gym, that's actually tough if you actually do stuff the whole 1 hour 30 if you're there for that long. So, and it's the equivalent to the jaw surgery. 1 hour, 30 minutes, that's a really tough session, but you're going to be back soon. But if it was an 8 hour operation with your mouth all stretched out and a lot of blood loss, like, bro, that's significantly different in terms of recovery. So that's the other thing that I liked, is the procedure is going to be quick. It's going to be the same like the wisdom tooth, I believe. Same timeline. And then third is the timeline. Like I said, he can do it in December, January. Like, that is awesome. That's plenty of time before my insurance expires on me, because with Blue Cross PPO, which is the insurance that he takes, that insurance that I have, which is that one I just mentioned, it expires on me after I turn 26, because I'm no longer eligible to be under my parents' plan, well, my mom's plan specifically, because I'm too old, basically. I'm too of an adult. I should be self-sufficient by then. That's basically it for the insurance, which is kind of crazy, honestly. And what else? So, but yeah, it's good because January or December compared to May, that's like at least 4 months of leeway where I can, postpone it if I need to, do some tweaks with the ortho, and then we knock it out. So chill, but ideally sooner, because I want to have a brand new face while I still look young, awesome, and great. I want to maximize my benefits right now. And honestly, just looking at myself in the camera, I know it's going to look different on video with the flipped image, but I already like how I look now, like, especially in the eye area. And the lack of support that I have here, it's actually going to change, because I have a lot of support up here, and it's going to get better with more oxygen intake. But here it's like and you can see my sclera show a lot of the times when I'm tired because of the sleep apnea, of course. But once this is moved up, I'll have better nose support. That's what Dr. Alfie said. And a lot of this tissue is going to just raise up and push this lower eyelid like up more naturally, and I won't show my white sclera. So I'll never look tired, which is even better, and it complements my brow ridge here. So I can only look way better than I look now, and I look pretty good. Like, I know if I'm chopped, and I know if I'm good looking. I would say it just depends on the day. Like, I would say I'm pretty good, but in certain angles, I look really chopped, guys. Especially with the Marpy imbalance on my jaw. Like, that doesn't help at all. Like, literally, when you fix this area, everything else up top lines up. Because usually you're pretty symmetrical here, because it's all fixed. But the jaw is a lot of stimulus and nutrition that grows. And it depends. I would say the jaw is a region that really needs a lot of nutrition for it to grow well. Unlike the rest of the face. Even though the rest of the face, for most people, is solid, I would say like this jaw area could be way more improved if they had better nutrition. But back to the main point. What else? Oh yeah, I'm very excited. The results. I think I'm gonna look more like my dad, honestly. Like, my dad has a really tall face, but it's projected well and a good chin. It was crazy because Dr. Alfie saw my dad. I told him, yeah, I know that, like, my apnea and all that, it's not genetics, because my dad actually has a perfect skull. Like, he has all of his teeth, they're all straight, including his wisdom teeth. And when he saw my dad's picture, he's like, yeah, he's all chin. He looks like a fighter. Like, low-key, I was pretty happy at that moment. Like, I know my dad's a beast. So I'm like, if we can get to that, if we can look closer to my dad, because I already have the genetic template on how I'm supposed to look if I had grown fully healthy, fully developed, if we can look more like my dad with the surgery, like, bro, I'm super golden, because my dad's an absolute shad. Especially when I saw his pictures around my age, like, man, shad, straight up. So I'm really hoping for some aggressive movements, whether it's the chin. Honestly, like, aggressive in the jaws, of course, but the chin, there's more wiggle room, because maybe I could use a little more here, maybe a little more wide, or maybe just a little steeper, forward and wide, maybe. I'm not sure. I'll have to see what the doctor's plan is for that. But yeah, guys, go to Dr. Alfie if you're thinking about the jaw surgery. It's something you can do. And I'm going to make another video on how you can get it covered right after this, because that's a separate topic. But yeah, guys, I'm so excited for this. I'm looking forward to this part of my life being completed. Like, the amount of stuff I missed out on. Even now, like, I get sick so easily, and I know it's because of my airway. Because when you just have better mitochondria function from oxygen intake, you just perform better and you're up and ready to go. And I don't want to make an excuse about it, but, like, I felt this way my entire life. What would I feel like if I was actually 100 all the time? What opportunities could I have attained or capitalized on if I had just been more self-assured and looked better and performed better from the start? Like, you just never know. Somebody could be an absolute bum, and just because of jaws, and when they get the surgery at the right time, they could have went to D1 sports. They could have been a model. They could have found a partner or got married way sooner. The sooner the better, guys. Because let's say I get this jaw surgery when I'm 50. Well, I'm going to look way older than I do now, unfortunately. As much as I want to believe I'll retain this look as long as possible, which I believe I can if I do my optimal diet, raw meat, But still, if you do it now when you're 20s, guys, this is like the age of social media. You could create a following just by how good you look. So that's why I think this jaw surgery, it is more important than ever. Because maybe if we were in the 1980s where there's no social media, well, even if you're chopped, everybody has to marry who they're in proximity with. But now you got so many options because of Instagram. So no one has to settle anymore. You could travel, you could find people just with a click of a few buttons. So you really got to maximize your health and your looks when you're young in this current generation with social media, because monetarily, romantically, social, economic, everything is affected. You gotta. I don't like when people say that it's vanity. Well, unfortunately, a lot of the economical ways that people have become millionaires now is based on vanity. So if you're gonna let it slide, one of the easiest ways to become rich and change your bloodline, and you're not gonna maximize your looks, and that's the main driver of it. Like, if you're not taking advantage of that, you're literally playing the hard way. You're living in the 1960s, 70s, 80s when you live in 2025. You might as well just switch places with somebody from 50 years ago who would wish to be here now. So I don't really care when people say, or actually, I'm not care, but I don't like the fact when people say, don't get jaw surgery for aesthetics. Like, if you had braces or if you had extractions, you need jaw surgery because you never reached your full potential in terms of function, performance, aesthetics. So get it. Especially if you have a means to cover it, just do it. If you hate how you look, you could always just do jaw surgery again and go back to how you were in the past. But it's unlikely you'll do that because you're going to feel way better. You're going to look way better, so you might as well do it. We got people who do it, like Dr. Alfie. There's many other surgeons who can do it. But the reason why I'm choosing Dr. Alfie is because everything lines up, from philosophy about, maximizing your health, being a little bit better every day. What else? Mama mentality, like, boom. And him understanding people our age, like in our 20s and 19-year-olds, like, why did I say 19-year-olds? Teens to 20s. Mostly people in their 20s and 30s. Like, a lot of his patients are people around in the 20s range. Like, for a lot of other surgeons, guys, I feel like they're so old, ancient, fossilized type of... I don't want to disrespect those surgeons, but they're, like, so far behind in terms of knowledge that they could care less about treating the younger population. They only treat older populations. And even if they do treat younger populations, it's not for the right reasons. They treat them for the bite. Okay, sweet. But it should be airway focused, and then the bite will follow. And they use older methods, which it works for them, but still. I would rather go to the newest and most improved, up-to-date person who's really about it, who likes to do it, and a go-getter. So just makes perfect sense to choose Dr. Alfie. Everything in that consultation, it went so great. I left feeling so happy. I haven't felt that happy in so long, just because it feels like I reached a milestone and all my thoughts have been validated about the surgery. Like, I was literally had a skip in my step. I didn't care about how I looked at that moment. My glow, my happiness took over, and people just treated me way better because I was so happy. And I noticed that, guys, when you're happy and you're not like severely chopped, even if you are like severely chopped, but let's say you're like around me right now or better, but you're not like super like, whoa. If you just are happy, and I'm talking about looks, at the end of the day, if you just are happy and just in a good mood, people are going to just reciprocate what you put out. And you're going to notice like the world treats you way better, and it's not always how you look. I mean, the smile does matter, but like how you radiate, how you carry yourself, like smiling and genuinely happy, not trying to force it. Like, I'm talking about like you're super happy. Like, just think of the moment of the happiest moment in your life, and you just, no one can stop you. You just feel like you won. Like wherever you walk, people just know, and they just treat you really good. And I think that's just as important. The mindset going into the surgery, leaving the surgery, that's just as important as what you get from the physical results. So I'm glad I went to this consultation and it went the way it went. Man, low-key, I kind of wish I stayed there longer just to talk and go over a lot more things. But there's so many other people that need this done too, so everyone needs their time to meet the team and get this procedure done. So I'm excited, guys. I'm excited to finally reach this point. I think this point has been a long time coming. The moment I started having allergies and I started eating a garbage diet here in the States, even in Mexico, I believe, and I started having nasal breathing problems, the small palate, the allergies, the sleepiness, the ADHD, which I've never been diagnosed, but I would not be surprised if I did have it, because I have all the other symptoms, so it makes sense I would have it. I would not be surprised. Well, ever since those symptoms started to happen, it's like my whole life just gravitated a different way, and jaw surgery was eventually going to be something I would do in the future. That's crazy. It's crazy to think about. I would have never thought I would do jaw surgery like at 4 years old, 10 years old, 17 years old, 22, 23, and once I reached 24, that's when I really thought about jaw surgery. Yeah, guys. Well, actually 23 too. I thought about it, but I was like, there's no way I'm going to do it. But now I'm here. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to look way better. Way better. Way better in all aspects. Function, breathing, aesthetics, everything. It all complements each other. I regurgitated. What's the word? Regurgitated? I'm not sure. I'm not going to say it. But you've heard enough. I'm excited. So yeah, go do the consultation if you're thinking about it. Peace.